So this might be the last episode of Movie Blah Blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah.
Hey guys, we're back again.
What up?
Back in the studio.
Feels good. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah. And, so we're reviewing To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Yes.
Yes.
The Netflix film.
And I saw this trending on Twitter. I wasn't planning on watching this, but everyone on Twitter was loving this movie. That's all they're talking about, memeing about it. And so I was like, all right, I need to see if it lives up to the hype. And so I watched it, and I told Daria, like, let's review it, because I have thoughts, and I'm sure you have thoughts.
I have thoughts.
And so, yeah. Do you want to say the plot?
Sure. So, this film is about a girl in high school who she is very shy. She's never had a boyfriend before, and she'll write these love notes when she has feelings for someone and hide it away in a box, and, like, not tell anyone. So, her sister ends up sending out these love letters that she's written over the years to different boys at her school. And, they get them, and then it just kind of plays out from there. One of them happens to be her sister's boyfriend, so she has to pretend that she doesn't like him, so she gets a fake boyfriend. And then what happens in every movie when you get a fake boyfriend?
Shenanigans.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I'm dying to know what you thought of it.
I hated it. It was... I feel like this film is for tweens. Like, tweens would probably enjoy this film. High school, whatever. But the main actress was so frustrating. And, like, I didn't like her. And the acting was awful. I noticed her older sister was played by that one girl from Pretty Little Liars. Mona, the evil one.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was good. She was good, but, like, I felt like everyone was better acting-wise than she was. I just wasn't a fan.
So you're not with Twitter.
I'm definitely not with Twitter. Well, how'd you feel about it?
I really, really loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I really loved this.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was very refreshing. I liked that it was kind of like played low key. Like there aren't a lot of like big comedic moments. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like a lot of these teen movies that come out are big comedies. They feel like they have these big set pieces, and they're all like people are acting quirky and saying really silly things and referencing a bunch of things. And this movie isn't that. There's only like one moment where Lara Jean, the main character, like gets on the roof and like falls down and falls into the bushes. And there's like a moment where she inadvertently just spur of the moment makes out with a guy on the track to distract another guy. There's like the only like cutesy big comedic moments. For the most part, it's just like played very reserved. And as I was watching it, halfway through, I had the same realization you had, where I was like, the actress is nowhere near as charismatic as everyone else in the movie. But then I thought, like, I think that's probably a conscious decision, because here's my thing. I think most people aren't the quirky, charismatic lead. You know, we aren't the Chris Pratts or whoever the main, you know, we're kind of like not, and she isn't. She's not charismatic. She doesn't have quirky one-liners. She's kind of normal, very normal. And I found that kind of refreshing.
See, I just feel like she was too awkward to a point where it felt forced, to a point where it wasn't likable. But another thing that bothered me with the story was how he kept talking to his ex-girlfriend, like, on the phone, and, like, they would talk about, oh yeah, well, we'll get back together when I dump my college boyfriend or something.
Right.
And it's like, okay, if you are having these conversations, why are you pretending to date someone? Like, going to that extent to make your ex mad when you are kind of, like, still talking and still, like, have some sort of romantic connection.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't make sense to me.
Right on. Interpreted it as, he's doing this fake dating thing, and then he kept talking to her, and he's like, I think part of him, he knew he wanted to be with Laura Jean, but there's the other part where he's like, he's not sure, like, he wanted to be with the thing he knows, which is like his girlfriend, his ex or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's how I interpreted it, and as the movie went on, he slowly realized that he didn't want the comfortableness of his ex, that he wanted to be with Laura Jean. That's how I interpreted it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, because it showed the dates of like December, like October, November, December.
Right.
And it was like, I feel like 4 months had gone by. And then it shows like him have that conversation with the ex, like, oh, when I dump my boyfriend, then we'll be together. And it's just like, okay, so you've been doing this for like 4 months, yet you're still at this point in your relationship with your ex that, like, I don't know. High schoolers, to me, it was like, you start quick, you end quick.
I could see that being frustrating, though. I could see it being frustrating. But I did love this movie. I liked all the acting. I thought the dad was really good. He was funny.
He's from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I haven't seen those yet.
What?
I know.
Oh my god, it's one of my mom's favorite movies. She's
I'll
going to be so disappointed.
I know. Don't let her know.
I won't.
I think the best character in this movie, who I'd watch a million spin-offs with, is the little sister who loves the yogurt things. She's amazing. I'd probably watch a spin-off with her sooner than I would a sequel with Laura Jean, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy all the characters. I like the older sister. I wish we got a bit more of the gay boyfriend, the boy that she used to love. I wish that he was in it more because I liked his acting and I thought he was funny. But the only thing that bothered me about the movie, and I don't know if it bothered you. It seems like the whole thing bothered you. But the only thing I'd nitpick is the trope of modern teen movies now, where whether it's TV show or movie, there has to be a plot line where a teen is filmed making out or having sex, and someone shares it, and someone's in the hallway, and they're all poking fun at the girl. Usually it's a girl. Because
they print out a photo of it, post it on your locker.
On the locker. Like, I just got done watching Scream Season 1 just a few weeks ago or whatever, and that was the whole drive, like, of the pilot of that. And so I was like, wait, am I watching Scream or am I watching this? And it happens in 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
And so for a very unconventional, refreshing movie, in my perspective, I was a little disappointed it went for that conventional route.
Yeah.
Where it was like, Laura Jean was like, who posted the photo? And it was like, that doesn't matter. Just get away from that.
Yeah, that was like a weird, like, who can... Everyone know... That was the whole thing of that ski trip, is that everyone goes there to lose their virginity or whatever. So why are they gonna, like, oh, they were making out in a hot tub, let's post a photo. In my school, they, like, whoever did that would have gotten, like, suspended.
Exactly. They would have been the weirdo who had been like, dude, why are you filming people?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was the only negative aspect. It was like the whole movie was refreshing and fun up until that point where it was like, it seemed to go into autopilot mode. It was like, all right, we're doing this. But other than that, I really liked it. I appreciated it for it's kind of like, felt like a Joe Swanberg movie who did Drinking Buddies. In his movies, they're like comedies and romantic comedies, but it's like, they're not loud, like people aren't being silly or anything. It feels like a documentary almost, where it's like people are acting very like the main character. Like, some will say she's boring, and she probably is boring in real life, but that's how people are in real life.
Yeah.
And so that's why I appreciate it. It's like, this teen, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but most teens are probably boring. They're not very clever or funny or whatever, and she just felt like she just laying there on the couch, watching TVs, like, that's what she does. That's her character. And I felt it was more natural, and that's why I liked it. Whereas some of these, like, Outcasts or Dude, they're doing all these wacky adventures, and it's like, teens don't do that. And so that's why I liked it. And it was funny, not in the sense that it was like belly laughs, but it was like little moments where I'd be like, It wasn't even like a laugh through my nose thing. It was just like a, And sometimes that's what I like out of movies.
Okay, so what do you think the audience for this film is?
Here's my thing. Obviously, teenagers is going to be the millennial teens or whatever. That's going to be the target audience. I'm going to say...
it's like Generation Z now or something.
Is that what it is?
The teenagers today.
Generation Z, that's the main target. But I'm going to say this. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter calling this movie John Hughesian. It's like as good as John Hughes movies. And I'm going to say, in some aspects, it's better than John Hughes movies. Going against Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles, this movie even takes a stab at 16 Candles for being racist. In the scene where they're watching...
Okay, but like, they use the word fag in those movies. It was like a different time. So like, for it to be okay, and like, we weren't as progressive as we are today. Right. I'm just saying, like, even taking that out, I think Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles, like, definitely not that great. I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Breakfast Club are like, whoa, amazing teen movies. But the other John Hughes teen movies are kind of like, eh. And so I think To All the Boys I Loved Before knocks those two movies out and stands with Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I feel like I don't know who you are anymore.
I think those two John Hughes teen movies, the Ferris Bueller's Breakfast Club, amazing. The other John Hughes teen movies are not that great. That's what I think. I think even John Hughes said himself Pretty in Pink didn't turn out the way he wanted. And that's why he remade it like a few years later with Kevin Bacon and someone else. Or no, not Kevin Bacon, other people. Basically the same plot line. And so, and I don't think that movie turned out well. But yeah. So I think this movie is John Hughesian levels and somewhat better in a way. In some sense.
So this might be the last episode of Movie Blah Blah. So do you feel like adults...
I think so. I think adults would like this.
Okay, let's take a poll. Watch this film, if you're in your 20s, if you're an adult, whatever. Comment below who's right, Daria or Jordan, on how great this film is.
Do it.
Does it meet Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles?
Blows past them.
Oh my god.
Blows them out of the water. Pretty in who? 16 what? To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
I need to go. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry if what he said was offensive. I'm personally offended.
Oh, that like 5-minute rant I went on Sean Hughes. You can just bleep all that out.
I might just do that. It might just be all like bleep, 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 bleep. Hopefully we see you next time if you weren't too offended. And thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe to our Instagrams because we write out reviews for films we don't make videos for.
We do.
And then they go to our Facebook page as well. Facebook, Twitter, Insta, LinkedIn, you name it, we're there. Yes. So thanks for watching. If you're offended, I'm sorry. And if we gained a few followers, then yeah, I'll take credit for that. Bye, guys. Bye. This show will be retitled the To All the Boys I've Loved Before fan group show. We'll be talking about that movie from now on. No other movies. And yeah, that's what this show has become. I'm the president of the Laura Jean fan club. I'll be taking all your questions, comments, and I'll just go through them every Wednesday. It'll be a live show. And hopefully we can get the actress who plays Laura Jean on the show, since she did such an incredible job in the role. I can't take this!